5 combat Curioses, 5 utility Curioses. That's what we get. Now, I don't remember what we got in Season 2, but it feels like we had more Curioses in Season 2. And in Season 1. Okay, combat ones first. Ethereal Energy Converter. When a party member drops below 60% health, an Ethereal Energy Converter will deal moderate damage to nearby enemies and taunting them for 6 seconds. Once the taunt expires, the converter releases a wave of healing to allies for 50% of their health. Can be triggered every 2 minutes. Killing enemies reduces the cooldown of this effect by 8 seconds. Now, this one, if you want to go damage-wise, this is not the one to go for. If you want to go more like defense-wise to survive more, this is the one, this is a good one to go for. Because it will take the mobs away from you, and it's also going to heal you, and will do some moderate damage, right? Will this be the best one? Definitely not. Not even close. But I mean, it can be good for people that might have a hard time to survive and stuff like that. You know, definitely. Hat-a-rank, one of my favorites. Bran will put out a random hat on the mobs you're attacking. This hat will put a debuff on the mobs. And it says like this, dealing moderate damage and applying 2 debuffs to 5 targets. The reason why it's 2 debuffs for 5 targets is because the rank. The more higher rank, the more debuffs can put them on more targets, right? And then comes the question, what does the debuffs do? There are 3 different hats he can put. Well, this is one of them, but this one shows so bad. The only reason I took this picture is because it was a pig. So 3 different hats he puts. One is like this chef hat. One is like mage hat, sort of like caster hat. And the last one, I actually don't remember what it looked like. But yeah, 3 hats with 3 different debuffs, type of debuffs. One of them will, when he puts a debuff on the mob, it does so that the mob will take 35% damage increase, which is insane. 35% more damage taken. Another hat, when it gets placed on the mob, does so that mob will do 35% less damage to you. And the last one, the hat he can put, is that the mob attack speed and cast speed will decrease by 35%. So basically, this hat is amazing. We have seen that this hat even works because a lot of these Curioses, when you do a boss, it never works on the boss. It works on everything else in the delve, but not the boss. But this one, it works on the boss. So it's gonna be interesting if this one's gonna work on Princess Kaiveza. That's gonna be very interesting. Because if it does, it's going to be insanely good. So either you do 35% more damage on the mob, or the mob will do 35% less damage on you, or the cast speed is decreased. So it's like random. And the higher rank, the more like percentage, and also the higher rank, the more debuffs you can put on more targets. That's the hat rank. This is my favorite. Then we have Mana Tinted Glasses. Bran dons Mana Tinted Glasses while in combat, periodically increasing his damage done by 4% and damage taken by 5% every 5 seconds, up to 10 times. This is rank 3 only though. We haven't got it up to rank 4 yet. What does this mean? That Bran will do more damage and take less damage. Dispelling the glasses will heal Bran for 55% of the maximum health, and that's also going to stun enemies. Otherwise, this effect will automatically be dispelled when Bran drops below 30% health, which prevents the stun from occurring. So if you don't dispel it, it doesn't happen. So when is this good? Probably for healers. Make him survive more, make him do more damage. If you're a healer, you can dispel his shit so he stuns even mobs around you. But if you want to go more like damage wise in a delve, this is definitely not the way to go. But this can be good for healing. Can definitely be good for healing. Bran does more damage, take less damage, and he can do a stun when you dispel it. Then we have Nether Overlay Matrix. Bran will summon an ethereal image of himself. That purple shit there, that's ethereal of Bran. That ethereal is 30% weaker than Bran himself. Now here's the thing, I think this one is bugged. You see it's rank 4 on it, we got it up to rank 4. The problem was, rank 1 said 30% weaker ethereal copy. Rank 2, 30%. Rank 3 and 4, all of them were 30%. It never changed. So here's what I'm thinking. Number 1, I think this one is bugged. It must be, because there's no change between ranks. Number 2, this might be a really good Curio. It might be the best one. The only reason why I'm thinking it might be the best one is because in Season 2, Underpin dropped the Pacific Rig. You could get it outside Underpin, of course, in normal delves, but Underpin was the one that 100% will give you a Pacific Rig. Pacific Rig in Season 2 is the best one. Princess Kaiveza gives you this one, the Never Overlay Matrix. She's the one that gives you this one. So similar to the Pacific Rig in Season 2 from Underpin, this is the one from Kaiveza. And that's the only reason I'm thinking why this might be a really good one. But we don't know yet, because now 30% how it started. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how good this one will actually be. But yeah, it summons a weaker ethereal copy of himself. All right, then we have Quizzical Device. Bran has a chance to grant players 20% bonus to health, damage, or healing for 20 seconds based on selected combat role. Not your role, Bran's role. So if Bran is a healer, he will do the healing. If he's damage, he will do the damage. And if he's tank, he will do the health one. That's how this one works. Players have a chance to grant Bran 20% bonus to health damage or healing for 20 seconds based on their selective role. So based on what you are, you'll also do that on Bran as well. So this one also boosts up Bran also boosts up you. If you're gonna go, if we talk about like damage wise, then you need him as a DPS. If you can handle to have Bran as DPS, this one is actually good. 20% more damage when he's a DPSer. But it's a chance on it. You don't have it all the time. It's like a chance on it. If he's a healer, then you get more like healing. So this one, I don't think this one's gonna be the best one. Definitely not. But it's there. It's definitely there. So out of these 5, now when I said what they do, my favorite is the Hatterite. I think this one amazing. I can proc to do 35% more damage on mobs around me, or I can proc so they do 35% less damage on me, or I can proc so their cast speed is 35% slower. I really like this one. And also that it works on bosses as well. Okay, that was a combat one. Then we have utility one. First one, audio amplification crystal. Bran's voice is tremendously amplified with arcane magic, causing his words to potentially grant the party a buff based on what was spoken. So basically, he will give you a buff. The only buff we have seen when it comes to this is a haste. When it was rank 1, that haste buff was 15% increased haste. What we also noticed was that this could proc. I haven't seen it higher than 2 stacks proc, means 30% extra haste buff. I haven't seen higher than that. I haven't seen more than those 2 stacks. After rank 1, when we reached rank 2, 3, and 4, he stopped giving me these procs. It got bugged. So we could only see the rank 1, which was the haste 15%, and could proc 2 times to 30%. Now, of what we know now, that was rank 1, it can goes up to rank 4, this one could potentially be the big boy. Man, 30% more haste? That's fucking mini bloodlust. And if you can even proc it, if you can stack up more of it as well, like high ranks as well, it's gonna be even more insane. So this one is definitely a potential of being the best one. Then we have battered Aegis. While the Aegis is equipped, this is all the time now. When it's equipped, so as soon as you put this on him, it shows in this Curio. All party members will deal 12% increased damage and healing, just like that, extra, just by going in, you have 12% extra damage. Every 10 seconds during combat, you and Bran heal for 20% of the damage you have taken during that time. So every 10 seconds during combat, the damage you take and Bran takes, you get back as healing. When a player dies, the Aegis grant them 4% damage reduction and 5% healing when you rest them, but reduces the damage and healing dealt by 4% stacking up the time. So this one helps even people that might have died when you rest them. I really like this one because I get a flat 12% damage just by entering the delve. It starts on 6%, I think, or 3%, something like that, with a lower rank. So you definitely need the higher ranks for it to start using it. And also the damage we get every 10 seconds in combat, we get healed back. 20% of them get healed back as well of the damage they do on us. So I really, really like this. Sands of Aresh. When Bran uses Gathering Tool, sands begin swirling around party members and granting 12% crit up to 10 times and slowing nearby enemies by 12%. Dealing a crit creates a sand devil that targets location for 6 seconds that periodically pulse enemies to its center, and it can only happen every 45 seconds. Now this one sounds really badass. This one sounds really cool. You have a fucking 12% extra crit that stacks up to 10 times and you slow the mobs. Your crit will fucking spawn a sand devil that pulls mob. The only thing I see with this is that it has to be gathering. He has to find something that he gathered. That's the only time this one works. So how often do you actually gather shit in a delve? We're talking about like 2 times, maybe 3 times in total. Gathering tools. Bran uses gathering tools to help players find additional gold, orbs, herbs, fish, leathers, and treasures. So yeah, if you're after those things, of course you go with the Sand of Aresh. But the only thing that goes away from me for this is because it has to be fucking gathering. That's the problem. Otherwise, it sounds pretty cool. Next one, Tailwind Conduit. Generates a burst of speed on exiting combat. So as soon as you exit combat, increase your movement speed by 100%. This is rank 4, so it's lower percent, the lower rank. Movement speed by 100% for 10 seconds and decaying over time. Using a defensive cooldown while in combat, has gust of winds surround you, and that will apply a shield for 8 seconds equal to 50% of your missing health. Now this bad boy I see as the best one when it comes to farming. So if you are like overgeared or if you do like lower tiers, when you want to farm things fast inside the delve, this is the one to go for. It will increase your health, and also when you're gonna run around and don't want to kill shit, just want to run around and loot shit, if you do defensives, it will put a defense shield on you as well. So this one is really good when it comes to like going to a delve just to farm. Either farming by killing shit fast or farming by running through all the mobs fast and looting things around, then this is the best one. And the last one is Temporal Desolator Crystal. Damaging an elite at 80% or above, and at 20% or below will cause Brand to trigger the crystal's energies. So that's be elites. So that means it should work on the bosses, it should work on Princess Carveza. 80 or higher or 20 or lower. So what happens? Reducing the elite's attack and cast speed by 40% for 30 seconds. Killing the target elite while the debuff is active will grant the party a stacking 6% haste buff. Could be good, definitely, for bosses, maybe like Princess. Everything comes down to if she has any casting that you want her to do so much. Because 40% cast speed, that's a lot. Reduce 40% cast speed for 30 seconds. So if there is a boss, or maybe a delve boss that you have a hard time with, you can just go and change this one and go for it. So yeah, I don't see this one as something go inside in a delve during a delve run. Hitting the target elite while the debuff is active give you 6% stack haste buff. Like, fuck that. But bosses you have a hard time with, this one can actually help you. If there are any cast speeds that you don't want it to do and you want to prolong it, then this one definitely works. So, which one of my favorites here when it comes to utility curio? Battered Aegis, definitely. Audio Amplification Crystal could definitely be the best one. Everything comes down to what do we get on higher ranks, because higher ranks it got bugged for me. But rank 1 gave me 15% haste and it stacked 2 times, so 30% haste in total. That's the buff Brand gave me. So if this one will be like better than that in higher ranks, it probably will, and it turns out to be really good buffs we get, then definitely the Audio Amplification Crystal will be the best one. But until this one is fixed, I'm gonna go with Battered Aegis, because 12% increased damage, flat damage is amazing. And also that the damage they do on you get 20% health back from that every 10 seconds. So I really like this one. So those are the two I always go for. The Hatterang and the Battered Aegis. It will most likely be the Hatterang and the Audio, most likely, but we'll see.